All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, man. We are on Tokyo Lens channel. We got inside Japan's worst tiny apartment. Let me tell you something. This thumbnail is crazy. I mean, absolutely insane. Me being 6'5", I'm just trying to imagine what this is about to look like and how would it work out for me? All right, we ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
This is Japan's craziest apartment, hands down.
Look at that,
I
man.
usually like to jump right inside, but you have to see this building from the outside to truly appreciate it at scale. Because this here, that is the entire building. That's the whole thing. It is 5 floors of triangular.
I don't know if he's gonna cover it or not. Maybe somebody will know, but I'm just wondering, was this a apartment before? Was it something else before? Or did they actually build this like this? Like, build it and make it an apartment? That is so narrow, man. My goodness.
It's essentially like living in a Toblerone bar. And just for a little bit of perspective, here is the width of the building's edge contrasted against me. It is quite a sight to see. Let's head inside and take a peek, because it's not just a triangle from the outside, and it has a handful of small problems aside from the shape that make it a massive challenge to live in. The area is beautiful, by the way. It's at this 5-point crossing in the Nerima area of Tokyo, but our first major challenge today is going to be this stairwell. Aside from the lack of vertical clearance and proper width to be able to get through here, the stairs themselves are actually incredibly
Wait. So you telling me, okay. I'm tripping. You saying it's multiple, because I just seen it look like it was mailboxes. You saying there's multiple apartments in there? I thought that whole thing was just one. Oh no. Dude, look at that. I feel like when we went to Italy and we went up, what was that? Was it I forgot, went up the stair. Ain't no way.
Hold on to this center pole basically the entire time I'm going up, just for safety.
Ain't no
and
way.
Amazingly, every single unit here is occupied except for the one that we're checking out today. I have been waiting a year for this, and a real estate friend of mine who runs a YouTube channel of his own, I'll link it, hooked me up with the keys today, so huge gratitude. Wow. Okay, so there's just about enough space to take off my shoes there. It opens into a kitchen area, and I have questions about the shower area here.
Shower?
Mostly on account of this door height, but let's take a peek. So the door doesn't open.
I close the door. Okay. Close the door.
Dude.
And I basically take up the entire space.
That's actually not a bad shower space. It's pretty much got everything that you need. It's got a shower right here, and it's got a bath that I'm really wondering if I would even fit in. Okay, so curiosity's getting the better of me, and I have to know if I would fit in the bath, and
Oh no, my knees will be
that's actually not a
numb.
bad bath. I could do that. Do you think you could? The hermit I stayed with in the mountains had a smaller bath than this. Then he had an entire house to himself, and as an added bonus, you've got a window. Then no matter how small your place is, a bath with a window is always nice, and there's a little... Can you call this a kitchen space? Barely enough space to stand here, but you have a tiny sink with no counter, a single induction heater.
And I'm not a claustrophobic person, but this is making me, I guess I am. Dude, if I took a bath in there, my knees would get stuck. I don't know how tall he is, but I mean, the actual shower space wasn't bad. But man, I hope we go and cover the price too.
This little fridge here, if you're lucky, might just be big enough to fit a single iPhone. It fits. We'll talk about this magical little device in a second, but the room itself does not look like this. It doesn't look like this either, or this, or even this. And punching the lens in only makes it smaller and worse. The only way to really understand this place is to look at it from above. My hands can touch both sides. I have seen pictures of this place, but nothing compares to seeing this in person and just how tiny this room is. For perspective, if I were to be in here wearing my backpack, or if there were a sofa, there would barely be enough space to fit one, maybe two more people. What are the measurements? Now the floor plan for this says that you're getting over 11 square meters, but I'm wondering how much space do you really have?
Wait, so that's pretty much it right there?
Front to back, side to side, the widest space that you're getting in any direction is just over 2.5 meters. But it makes me wonder where I would put anything. Where would you put anything? Since we're in Japan, for example, instead of a bed, you'd most likely be using a futon.
I mean, I feel like, you can make it work. You can. But that space right there, I feel like you can make it work, but it's going to be like, I just want to know what the cost is.
And then you would store it in this closet here, but do you really even need the closet?
I'm
or
gonna sleep in
just
there.
taking valuable space in the apartment? It does have a hanging rack so you could hang clothes on it and whatnot, but it is rather large. And this place also has a lot of the other minor amenities that you would need. On this side of the room, you have a hookup for TV reception, but if you want to plug it in, the plug for some reason is on the other side of the room, and the room gives you a total of 2 whole plugs, so you could plug 2 things in if you want to. And there's a hookup for telephone and internet here that should just never be touched, so we're gonna put that back, and we'll pretend that that's fine. And as pretty as it looks, none of the brick here is real. These are sponge bricks from the dollar store, and if you look real carefully, this is actually brick wallpaper. But you also do have an in-window air conditioner. This style of air conditioner is fairly rare in Japan. They're usually mounted up top. And this here is a hookup for fiber optics. So you've got all the internet you would need. Mind you, in Japan, Wi-Fi modules are everywhere. The biggest problem with this place so far is just the noise. It's actually taken me a really long time to shoot this because this is one of the main streets of this area, and it is just filled with bikes and trucks and garbage trucks and stuff going through it all hours. This is probably so far the single noisiest apartment that I've had the opportunity to experience in Japan.
Wait, where?
Some people just aren't that bothered by the noise, especially considering...
Did I miss it? Or where was like the back? I mean, I know I seen the shower and the tub, but where's there actually a toilet? Or did I miss that?
The fact that the rent here is unbelievably cheap at only about 40,000 yen per month. I also love how both the windows and balconies have these I can't fit through this window. Have these little cover thing. I don't know what it's for. It's not actually covered by anything, but it's wonderful. And since we're on the outside edge of Tokyo, a lot of the buildings out here are much lower, and the view is quite nice. At least it is today. And these here look like you'd be able to hang poles on them for your laundry. But I'm very stuck, but you may have also noticed that there's no toilet inside the apartment. I was actually warned, by the way, not to approach any of the residents of this building. We'll cover that in a second. And I also wanted to show you this, which is apparently a portable washing machine, which can wash up to 1 t-shirt or 3 pairs of socks, maybe 4 if you're lucky. Didn't even know stuff like that existed, learning every day. The toilet is actually out here. You've actually got to go to the front door, put your shoes back on, and then your toilet is going to be right here.
Oh.
Now, luckily, each floor or unit does have their own toilet space. It is not a shared toilet situation, but here's what it looks like. Now, the door itself doesn't even open all the way, and this is your toilet space. That is basically the entire thing. You have a little sink on top, but standing up inside may be a challenge for some people, and Let's watch the claustrophobics freak out when we close the door. That is the entire toilet space. And with limited ventilation, it does get very hot in here. It's not the kind of place that you would want to be in the depths of summer.
Sweating.
But as for, let me get out of here, it is really warm. But as for those warnings that I got, now I've only ever gotten a warning like this one time before, and it was when I shot a video about a $100 apartment here in Tokyo, and I was recommended just not to approach the residents because they may not be friendly, welcoming, or even want to talk. And here I wasn't really given a reason. They were like, it's probably a good idea if you just don't approach the residents. Mind you, this building itself is actually fairly well known. The sign is kind of blocked right now, but it's called the Sankaku Biru, or Triangle. It's literally called the Triangle Building. So my assumption was that they've just gotten too much media attention because it is a fairly well-known building. But when I asked, they were like, no, that's not why. You just probably shouldn't do it. I'm so curious. What do you think it could be? Why should I not approach the residents? Alright, I actually just made my way up to the 5th floor, and the door here is off of its hinges, and it seems like the apartment inside has been completely abandoned. I think I'm gonna use a 360 and get a bit of a peek.
Oh. What the?
That is wild, and it's a little bit unfortunate because this seems to be the only unit that actually has a balcony as well. That is trashed. That's too bad. But would you live here? Would you live in this tiny triangle apartment, weirdly shaped? People always ask me if I would, and my first apartment in Japan was way smaller than all of this. I also did not have a kitchen. I spent most of my time out of the house anyway, and I didn't really own anything since it was my first year in Japan, so yes, I would 100% live here. But what about you? I was leaving and looked back, and if you take a look at the plot of land that it's on, they've taken this really narrow plot of land and just squeezed a ton of real estate right into this tiny little space. Like, they even have their own parking space. Japan, you always impress me with how you utilize your land. That's amazing. Okay, going down these stairs feels 10 times more dangerous than going up. This does not feel safe. The peak. Oh, I nailed my head going in. Oh. Did the same thing like 6 times on the stairs. Oh my god, it got really hot in here while I was shooting that and I wasn't expecting it, and I'm just, need the air conditioner now.
I don't know. I just feel like me and my height, like I would end up having like neck problems just from doing this so much. I've lived in some small spots before. I know for a while we lived in a motel or hotel, whatever you call it, but they were bigger than that. I don't know. I remember we went on a cruise and I couldn't fit in the shower. I was like hunched over like that. But I feel like most people would. What did he say? I'm just trying to think of that, the price. I'm just trying to, what did he say? What is that? 264? If I said that right. Think he said 40,000 yen. So 264 a month. Yeah, man. I don't think I could. I think it'd just be too uncomfortable for me. But I feel like most people could probably make it work. I think I would be fine in a living room area. But like when it came down to like the cooking and shower, well, the shower area probably would be fine too, but like couldn't take a bath. I don't know. I'm like 50-50. But you guys comment below, man. What y'all think? All right, peace out.